It's election day. I woke up energized and it's flipping crazy. I mean, I was kind of depressed for a little while and I was drinking like nonstop every day for like 4 months. And I've been sober for like 3 weeks. It's kind of funny because I was thinking about doing a white Russian today, but I drank all the vodka and I realized that I don't like vodka. I haven't had vodka in so long. But anyway, that's not the point. So I woke up today and I was just thinking, oh my goodness, the life of an empath is crazy because I feel so energized today. It is so beautiful outside. There's like no clouds in the sky. It is sunny. Everybody's freaking out about, oh my gosh, what's going to happen with the election today? Is Trump going to be the president? Is he going to try and take over the White House? And, next thing you know, it's going to be civil war in the streets or something. If he happens to lose and doesn't concede the presidency, it's just like, and I'm just sitting over here like, I feel good. I've got all of my homeschool stuff. I'm getting ready to plan my history unit. We're in, which is perfect, by the way. Yeah, your birthday coming up. But yeah, I'm getting ready to plan um, the history unit using Story of the World and laying down the rails and Konos. Yes, I use Konos to set up my lessons, and I thought it was very poignant that we start the year off with honesty and go through trust and honor. And it's perfect because with Konos, I think honor or trust, it goes over the media and newspapers. Perfect. So, I just thought this was beautiful. For some reason, it's like all the cylinders are firing properly. And I can't record on my camera because my computer's broken, but I can record on my phone at least. And I can, there's something on the screen and it's bothering me, so I'm kind of zooming in and out. Sorry. But luckily I have a phone where I can record this, and I'm going to walk people through how I use Story of the World, Konos, and laying down the rails from Simply Charlotte Mason. Oh wait, and I'm sure Trail Guide to World History will come in there as I talk about geography. So I like to expand upon Story of the World's geography with GeoMatters geography, because teaching multiple students, I like how GeoMatters it helps me to break it down into simpler questions, because my brain gets stuck on super smart and I forget to simplify things sometimes, or I don't want to forget something. And then, since I know Konos and not Story of the World, and Simply Charlotte Mason are Bible based. I am not, but I still feel like those stories are important. So I use philosophy, and I hate how that's backwards. So I don't know. I might do a voiceover, or I gotta figure out how to edit this so that I can get these in the right perspective. But anyway, I'm teaching my kids philosophy and doing a unit study, or planning a unit study for the next, what is it? How many weeks is it for honesty? 2, 6, 11, 12 weeks for honesty. Books, newspapers, business, advertising, and just general honesty. So, since I am truly a secular person, I don't do the secular thing. It seems like science is my God or something like that. I go to the heart of it. I focus on philosophy. And since I do a classical type of thing, linked to the well-trained mind as your point of reference, I broke it down into four sections. Um, Philosophy itself is broken down into four sections: etymology, metaphysics. Oh, sorry, epistemology, not etymology. Epistemology, um, metaphysics, logic, and is it existentialism? I can't remember. I have to get the book. I'll show you the book. Okay, so this is where I start with my curriculum planning, and I love this planner. I got it off of Tina's Dynamic Homeschool Planner. That says Tina's New Beginning, so I'm guessing it's Tina's Dynamic Homeschool. When I open it up, I've got my children's star charts there and their chore chart to keep track for their SAGE program. Yeah, this one's tore up. I gotta print out another one, but my printer's broken, so that might take a while. And then this is my actual curriculum planner where I actually write the stuff down. I think I'm gonna use my Moxie Life planner this time because I have one and I want to use it. But basically, in my regular planner, I go through each one of these right here and I check them off as they go to make sure that I don't forget something during the week. So just to cut out for a second, this is the character development curriculum that I use. This right here, I have every last one of them. I took them all apart because those three books are the size of phone books and can be very intimidating and overwhelming. And when I first got them, I couldn't even look at them because I had to figure out how to process the information. It was so much. I didn't know what to do. I definitely didn't want to just use the lesson plans because the lesson plans included Bible verses, and I knew I didn't want to use the Bible verses, and I wanted to use philosophy, and I had to figure out how I was going to put philosophical books in for study with something that's Bible-based. So if you don't know, CONUS, in those 3 volumes, it has these different character traits. These numbers indicate which philosophical these numbers indicate the order in which I would actually teach them by philosophical trait. Then I came over here and I looked at each philosophical trait and I was just like, okay, the mind, that's about responsibility and inquisitiveness. Language, attentiveness and phonics. Logic is Latin orderliness. And then epistemology is inquisitiveness and patience. I was just going by what books I would use to go along with the character traits. So I would use these books instead of the Bible verses, and I would find necessary quotes to go with it, to go along with the activities included in the CONUS curriculum, which worked out perfectly. So this is what the CONUS pages look like, separated into the folders that I had made them, I put them into. This one doesn't have the number on it, but I had numbered the other ones. Wisdom was basically the last one, which is probably why I didn't get numbered. But here you can see 2.4 for the unit, 2.2, 2.3, 2.1. So this unit, I would teach all of these, which is honor, trust, loyalty, honesty, and wisdom, since wisdom includes presidential elections and the electoral process. So with these lessons, I go through, and since we're doing Story of the World, Book 4, I'm trying to make sure that they coincide with that particular volume, with this one. So I re-listened to this lovely book again, and it sparks ideas as to which activities to do with this, considering my children's current age and interest right now. Then I look at this for additional copy work to add in to our language arts lessons, which is basically copy work, memory work, narration, and recitation. And this lovely book right here has so many wonderful quotes that are not necessarily religious. Like, this is just an example, but this has nothing to do with what we're actually doing. But here's a quote that I would probably write on the board or something. Habits begins as a cobweb and ends as a cable. It even has a section on breaking bad habits because, good lord, boy. It even has a section on bad habits. And since the stupid virus broke out, we have fallen into some bad ones, and I want us to get out of them. So, in conjunction with doing that, I'm going to go over a few of these little topics and try and correct some of those bad behaviors. I have the workbook, but it's in digital form. So I'm just letting you know that we're going to be going over we're going over the review for removing bad habits and doing the work for that, as well as doing moral habit, which is chapter 5, as you can see. And it coincides with what we were talking about in the other one with truthfulness, which will be the main focus from this particular book. And that's about it. This is like just a supplement. This isn't my main thing. My main thing is the CONUS and getting other things around there to fill it out, because that's just activities. Because social studies is a very wide-ranging thing. So in CONUS, you can see that it breaks it down by subject. So this would be government. It even includes language arts, but I usually don't use that. I just focus on the history part for the most part, the practical living, and the current events, because that goes into social studies with this. Well, for this language arts, this is basically a vocabulary list, which isn't that bad. So like I said, I'll pick and choose the activities that best fit with their age level and what it is we're talking about, and use it as a supplement. So I guess you could say story of the world is the main thing, but not really, because I use Build Your Library as a resource and encyclopedias as a resource. My main thing is just teaching the children the history that's most important to influence their ideas. I mean, seriously, I want them to retain more of history that's important than for them to just know all of history, because no child knows all of history. They only remember the parts of history that actually impact their lives. So instead of me wasting time trying to do all of this unnecessary extra stuff, I want to focus on the character development. As they say, those who don't study history are doomed to repeat it. So in studying history, I want to know why those people made those decisions the way that they did. What was their influence, be it political, social, religious. We study all of those things. I think I had a video showing all of the DK books that I had that included history, politics, sociology, psychology, and philosophy. And I still need to get the ones on economics, but we're not there yet because they don't really need to know too much about the business until I'm probably going to do it in 7th and 8th grade, and definitely in high school, because you're going to have to know the economics. And I'm going to get the civics book. But DK books are very good. That helps me pull out most of the facts that they need to know to function in the society that they're going to be living in. Yes, studying history is good. It pulls together some background knowledge. I'm going to teach them the classics, as it were, Plato and all that other stuff, but it's not going to be that in depth. I remember for myself learning about Plato, I literally read 2 books, The Republic and what was another book? It was about geometry. It was about Pythagorean theorem. Those are the 2 books that I was talking about that was classically related or rooted in Roman history as fact, not just a mythology book. So besides the base character development, of course, we have to do geography. And I use Galloping the Globe from GeoMatters. As a unit study, obviously, I get rid of the Bible part, which isn't that difficult to do. This is for kindergarten through 4th grade. And then this one I use for my older kids, world geography. This basically goes all the way up through 8th grade, if I'm not mistaken. So I use that, and then I have the 2 books, Around the World and Back. Those are another set of worksheets. But this is just basically learning how to read a map and getting acquainted with the globe and all that other stuff. So, I mean, geography isn't really that bad. If they know how to read a map, great. If they understand that every place has a border and our job is to protect that border, even though I wish we would get rid of those borders, great. That's the fundamentals. And to know where those places are and how the governments surrounding those places work. Like each individual state has their own constitution and so on and so forth. And this is another resource that I use from GeoMatters that helps with more maps, activities, and reproducibles. It helps with a lot of the teaching of geography because I'm not the best of it. This gives you the how-to. The Trail Guide to History gives you a method of execution. Galloping the Globe gives you fun things to do for little children to keep them attentive. So this was pivotal in helping me teach geography because, quite frankly, it says it in the book. Lots of students did not receive the most excellent geography education, which is true. And I want to give my children a little bit better of a leg up. To me, writing and rhetoric, first language lessons, I can't find 3 and 4. The boys must have them in their boxes, but I'm trying not to make this video too long. For me, social studies and language arts go together, hand in hand. Science and math go together. When doing music appreciation and art appreciation in theory, that also ties into the social studies and the language arts because you're going to be writing papers, you're going to be writing summaries about the artists and reflections and journaling, and that all goes into writing and how to write. And I need to get the book Writing with Ease, which helps break that down for younger children. And Writing with Skill, I need to order that next book. I don't have book 3. I can't believe I forgot book 3. And the boys have those. They're still working on it. My 8-year-old has book 1 and my 11-year-old has book 2. But he's almost done with it, and I got to make sure I get book 3 before he finishes. And that's it. Social studies and language arts go together. We're constantly having philosophical conversations, so they're always thinking and associating things together, and it's beautiful how their minds work, and I love it. I hope you guys try out some of my lesson plans. I think it'll be well worth it.